Greetings, this is Brian Alexander, and this is my latest Trump and Academia vlog report. If you're new to the series, these videos are where I summarize what the Trump administration has been doing to higher education and how colleges and universities have responded. This is very dark stuff, usually, but it's essential that we see what's happening. Please like, subscribe, and share these videos so that we can get the word out and so that I can keep making them. There'll be copious links in the show notes, including a link to the playlist for all episodes in this series. Let's begin at the federal level. A new executive order requires all federal agencies to scrutinize grant applications to make sure that they, quote, demonstrably advance the president's policy priorities, unquote. The Department of Justice found that the University of California, Los Angeles didn't do enough to resist anti-Semitism, so the federal government withdrew multiple scientific research grants from UCLA. The federal government is also planning to ask that university for a lot of money. According to a New York Times report, quote, the proposal calls for the university to make a $1 billion payment to the U.S. government and to contribute $172 million to a claims fund that would compensate victims of civil rights violations, unquote. The DOJ then issued a new guidance for American higher education overall, warning against any form of what it deems to be unlawful preferential treatment, such as in grants, hiring, or facilities assigned to people because of their race or gender. DEI programs are clear targets here. Turning to the Department of Education, the United States Senate confirmed Nicholas Kent as the new Undersecretary for Post-Secondary Education. In his first statement, Kent emphasized free speech on campuses, skills training, institutional accountability through the Big Beautiful Bill, and alternatives to baccalaureate degrees. Department head Linda McMahon ordered campuses to send more data to the National Center for Educational Statistics, specifically on race and gender, citing the 2023 Supreme Court ruling in Students for Fair Admissions versus Harvard. Quote, we will not allow institutions to blight the dreams of students by presuming that their skin color matters more than their hard work and accomplishments, unquote. In the Department of Homeland Security, ICE arrested Yeonsen Go, a Korean woman studying at Purdue University, allegedly for an expired visa, although her family denies this. ICE released her several days later without giving a reason. Months after DOJ cut many National Endowment for the Humanities grants, a U.S. district judge ruled that the action was unlawful. A court settlement with the Department of State allows postdoc Badr Khan-Suri to return to work at Georgetown University after months of detention. In full disclosure, I also work at Georgetown University. In another department, the White House called for cuts to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration budget, specifically targeting Hawaii's Mauna Loa Observatory, which has played and still plays a key role in generating climate change science, notably data on carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Also on the topic of climate change, Trump called for NASA to end 2 observatories which collect climate data. That includes destroying, not defunding, but deorbiting one satellite. Turning to the legislative branch, several members of Congress threatened to investigate Harvard University if that institution gives in to Trump administration demands. How is higher education reacting to these and other actions? There is a lot of academic silence in response to the Trump administration's actions, as well as silence from academically adjacent people and enterprises. But there is also protest, resistance, and legal actions. And there have also been budget and staffing cuts. The University of Michigan suspended admissions to its PhD epidemiology program because of federal funding cuts. Full disclosure, I'm a 3-time U of M grad. Harvard University announced new partnerships with Ben-Gurion University of the Negev as part of its efforts to respond to charges of not doing enough about campus anti-Semitism. An online petition calls for academics to defend UCLA against the Trump pressures I mentioned earlier. Quote, we demand in the strongest possible terms that the University of California demonstrate our strength as the world's largest university system and reject the malicious demands of the Trump administration. We demand that the UC name those demands as what they are, efforts to erode the strength of American higher education. We demand that the UC Office of the President immediately challenge the Trump administration attacks in court and collaborate with Governor Newsom and the California State Legislature to supplement this shortfall. We further ask the university administration explore using a portion of the over $5 billion in unrestricted endowment funds to help keep our university's mission intact." Unquote. In the academic associations world, the Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges offered an analysis of different returns on investment frameworks with which to analyze the student experience and student outcomes, in line with the recently passed Big Beautiful Bill's accountability demand. I have a link to that and to everything else in the show notes. Elsewhere in the world, international reactions to Trump's campaign against higher education continue. The National Natural Science Foundation of China launched a second call for applications for its Excellent Young Scientists Fund overseas, i.e., another effort to attract American academics. A leading mathematician, Li Hangfeng, left the University of Buffalo for China's Chongqing University. To summarize, the Trump administration is continuing to go after higher education through multiple government offices and in many ways, from funding cuts to deportations and interfering in universities' autonomy. Academics are feeling impacts across the nation and elsewhere in the world. Community colleges are having a hard time with their DEI work, although they receive little media attention for this. Some members of the American academic community are taking public actions. Legal action is blocking some Trump efforts, which is a bright spot. The Trump administration seems especially interested in reducing international student numbers. As Trisha Tawari observed, quote, "In recent months, the Trump administration has used financial pressure and legal settlements to compel universities to significantly reduce their enrollment of international students." Further, by embedding anti-immigration goals within higher education policy, the Trump administration, guided by Stephen Miller's ideological agenda, is recasting universities as gatekeepers of nationalism rather than engines of global knowledge. The economic losses are measurable, the academic consequences visible, but the erosion of America's global leadership in education may be the deepest wound of all. Unquote. I hope this video summary has been of use to you. Please share your thoughts, additions, and other reactions in the comment box below. If you don't feel you can comment publicly, please reach out to me directly through the contact link at the end of today's show notes. Given the pace of events, I'll try to post these videos more frequently. This is a rough, dark time for those of us in higher education. It seems likely to get worse. I hope we can help each other out and fight. Please take care, everyone.